Theory of utilitarianism towards ethics. What is utilitarianism? Utilitarianism is an ethical theory founded by Jeremy Bentham and further developed and popularized by John Stuart Mill. As the term suggests, utilitarianism is founded in the principle of utility, which adheres to the belief that an act is good or morally right if it promotes happiness and bad or immoral if it tends to produce pain. The key principle in utilitarianism is the principle of happiness. Hence again, in utilitarianism, an act is good or morally right if it promotes greatest happiness to the greatest number of people, and bad or immoral if it produce more harm or pain than benefits of happiness to the greatest number of people. Let us discuss Jeremy Bentham's model of utilitarianism, and let's start by asking the question, how does Bentham view happiness? Well, for Bentham, happiness is simply the absence of pain, and so Bentham introduced the philosophy calculus to measure the degree of happiness or pleasure. John Stuart Mill's model of utilitarianism. Mill disagrees with Bentham. We cannot calculate the amount of pleasure or pain that an act produces. Basis of morality. The majority of the people that attains happiness. Famous utilitarian claim. An act is morally right if it produces greatest happiness to the greatest number of people, and it is morally wrong if it produces more pain than pleasure to the greatest number of people concerned. It is better to be Socrates dissatisfied than a pig satisfied. Act utilitarianism is a utilitarian theory of ethics that states that a person's act is morally right if and only if it produces the best possible results in that specific situation. Hence, it is the basis of the morality of an action is the act itself. Example. Imagine, we were walking home with some food and encountered 5 homeless people and needing food. We only have enough food to stop one of them from being hungry that night. As act utilitarianism, we spread the food equally so everyone should get some. Therefore, there is more utility or happiness in the act produce.
Rule utilitarianism. Rule utilitarianism is a form of utilitarianism that says an action is right as it conforms to a rule that leads to the greatest good. Rule utilitarians argue that following rules that lead to the greatest good will result in better overall consequences than exceptions in individual instances. Example road rules are an example of rule utilitarianism. While it is true that sometimes a person can drive safely even when not following a marked speed limit, it is preferable for all people to follow a standard set of road rules regardless of individual scenarios. Individuals must abide by the legal laws and regulation. That's all for the video discussion. Thank you for watching and listening.